Welcome to the Nerdtier podcast. Time to talk nerdy and not be ashamed of it.
All right.
All right, since we didn't do this last week, let's just introduce ourselves. Who
I'm
are
Brian.
you? Well, good. I'm Andrew, and glad we figured that out. Let's see here. Let's start off with announcements. So our first review is live on YouTube, most of podcast services, on Kings of the Wild. So that's pretty tight. Let's see. Next week, September 30th, we are doing another review of Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James.
Be glad to get that over with.
Oh, man. You're wrong. You're wrong. And then on October 14th, we are doing Dune by Frank Herbert. I'm done with both of those, and I'm excited for the following week, which I think, or the 2 weeks.
What did we decide?
I think we decided is The Witcher.
The Witcher, yes.
Last Wish
Yes.
is the first book. It's pretty short. I'm less excited about it. I've read it before. I don't remember it. I've
never read it. I've just watched the show, and the show was good enough, but I'm excited to read it.
I liked playing the game, the Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah. Witcher 3 is the only one I've played.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I I got maybe halfway through the series and just got really fed up of Geralt. I think he's just a tough guy who just has a gravelly voice, and I just murder stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm not super excited about that, but I'm giving it another try. So let's go with the Discord read along is happening in 2 weeks, week and a half. We will start reading the Stormlight Archives. We are starting with book 1.
How much are we doing per week or month, or how are we doing that?
know. So we'll have a kind of a discussion forum opening up. And the first one is from chapter 1 through 23 or 24. I can't remember. And then that'll be open up day 1, week 1. It'll just open up and we can talk about it. And then the next week I will do, and I have it broken down somewhere, but it's going to be another 20 something chapters
Per week?
Per week.
Oh, I'm going to struggle I'm going to struggle so much.
You know what's cool is later on these groups will stay open.
Okay.
So like if you're coming to this late and you're like, oh, I want to read along too, don't spoil it for yourself. Don't go into part 4, but like we can slowly break this down. And we will fuck the shit out of this. Like this will be terrible. I'm gonna tell you, but we're gonna figure out something because I think that's cool. I like discussing books with friends.
Yeah, I really do. Is it going to be? Are we going to be doing other reviews in the meantime as well?
Oh yeah. Okay. This is separate. You got to read a whole nother book.
I am going to really struggle.
Separate.
And we have our other book club.
And we have a book club too. We made a mistake.
God. I'm gonna have to quit my job.
I mean, one day we'll get Patreon, and hopefully we can quit our jobs and do this because this is tight. This is what I want to do.
Yeah,
is just talk about books. So today's episode, I wanted to do because I can't. I mean, I could. Brian can't pump out books and just like keep doing review week after week after.
I have a job. I
have 2 jobs.
What? Okay, tell them what you told me you do at your.
At my second job?
Or I don't know which one's your first and which one's your second. I know what you do on both of them, but the other one is like all you do is read.
I mean, that's true. That's all I do.
And I'm not hating. I'm just jealous.
And when I'm actually working, I can be listening to an audiobook. It's delightful. Like
yeah. Which job are you referring to?
I'm telling, EMT.
EMT.
When I work on an ambulance, I work a 48-hour shift where
this guy will help save you, which terrifies me.
And do know I am listening to Dune in my headphones when I'm driving you.
Probably when you're you're supposed to be helping somebody.
I hope none of my
yeah, just like a second.
Hold on, please hold.
Sir, quit crying.
We're at a very pivotal point. He's finally getting the girl. But so we wanted to break up the reviews. Plus, like, I don't know if people want to just hear review after review after review.
Right.
Like, I want to know more about people's tastes and stuff because I don't give two damns about reviews on books for the most part, just because every review is so subjective. It is so it changes person to person.
I can definitely vouch for that based on the book I'm currently reading.
But like even then, like my favorite books of all time, I can find people who hate it and reviewed that they hated it,
right?
And I'm like, you're an idiot. So this I kind of want to know more about the person who's actually saying these things and see if like I gel with them. So
it's a lot of fun to discuss it.
And that's what this is. These are going to be discussion episodes. Like I have some plans for future episodes of weird topics and all of this, but right now I just want to ask some questions and we can both answer and try and just get like the nuts and bolts of what make us as avid readers. And if you listen to it, should you trust us on what we say about books to review? So let's just kick on into it. I will start off. Well, okay. This is an easy one. Softball.
Okay.
What are you currently reading right now?
Black Leopard, Red Wolf.
That's it?
That is it.
Good.
Did just finish The Poppy War, which is a beautiful book, which we may review if I can convince Andrew later.
We might review. I mean, spoiler alert. Like I want to read the second Poppy War. I didn't. Yeah. I didn't. What is it called?
The Dragon. The Dragon Republic. I have it back here. That's why I didn't just look over there to be a weirdo.
It is a lot. Talented writer. Part 1, fantastic.
She's 20.
I really like this.
So, or whenever that book first came out. I think.
Yeah,
so
and that first section, I really enjoyed it. Really liked where we were going. But I think the pacing's terrible in the book.
Oh my God! See, that's where we differ. So I couldn't put it down. Compare, especially. Well, I won't say anything about Black Leopards. We're going to talk about that next week, and then we can air it all out.
But and my other problem is where's the story?
Oh my God, dude!
Okay, so we'll probably.
You hate everything.
No, okay.
What comedians do you like?
Mitch Hedberg, by far.
Best comedian. We agree on that.
Best comedion.
Like every other comedian I've talked to you about, you're like, he's stupid. He's dumb.
He is dumb.
So,
how about I make this? Whenever we finish, I don't even know if the book club will do the second book.
I hope not, because I can't.
I hope not. I don't want to.
The pacing with them. Not that it's bad. It's just I just want to plow through it.
Oh yeah. No.
Really
I completely. I completely agree. I want to be able to enjoy it when I want to enjoy it, and I could.
Right.
Honestly, that was a short book. I could have got it done in a week.
It was definitely an easy read,
and it's besides parts of that book, it was very YA. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but they say fucking stuff. So
I know, so it's not.
They destroyed a womb as well. So I mean,
no, spoiler.
Oh, spoilies.
But probably what we'll do is whenever, because I have come to the point where I do want to read the second book. It hooked me that much that I'm willing to. I mean, okay,
maybe there is some hope for you.
Kings of the Wild. We talked about it last week. I don't have the need to go read Bloody Rose yet.
Right.
With this one, I'm like, I kind of want to see. Maybe it's because Kings of the Wild tied a nice little bow on it. It was
they did. The last leaf killed himself or whatever with that sword where he can come back. So.
Yeah, so ultimately,
but I didn't care.
It's set up as a sequel, but it was fine. It tied itself up. This book definitely it felt like the introduction to a book.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's all this book, Poppy War, was an introduction.
And what an introduction it was.
Oh my God! Don't get okay, but I just said I would. Don't make me regret my words. I said we'll probably maybe in the next month or two we'll do the second book and we'll do a light.
I think the third one comes out in November.
Does it?
So if we want to, I mean, it's a quick read. We could power through this one and we could power through that one when it comes out.
Maybe we'll figure this out.
All right.
Okay, so what I am currently reading is I just finished The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie, the first of the First Law trilogy. I am mulling between reading either the second book, Before They Were Hanged, which is the second trilogy, or House of Leaves.
Yeah, you've been trying to get...
I picked that up because I've heard great things about it. And looking through that book, it's fucking banana sandwich.
It does look kind of crazy.
It's insane. Like, I was just like, I don't know. And like, I read the first couple pages and I'm like, maybe. I started The Witcher again.
I just ordered that today.
And Dresden Files.
Dresden
Okay,
Files.
I believe.
Where is that? I got that around.
The second one. The second. I forgot what it's called. Wolf Moon.
Oh, yeah. I got them over there.
I don't see it. This is making for great podcasting.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's look at the things that I have in my room.
So my take is I don't necessarily like reading books back to back in a series. I get burnt out on the characters. I get burnt out on the writing style. The First Law trilogy, I might actually do a back to back. Dresden File is literally in there as a nice palate cleanser. It's like eating sushi and you just take a bite of that ginger. Just get all that salt out, and then you can taste that sashimi all over again. But and then I also picked up the second Dune book.
Really?
Yeah, Dune Messiah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's in 3 weeks. I'm not gonna talk about Dune right now, but obviously I just picked up the sequel. I guess I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then I want to read Jade's. Oh, there's so many books I want to read.
Oh yeah.
And this podcast is actually messing it up because we're planning around things. Okay, so.
Well, let me just say, Joe Abercrombie is somebody that I really do want to start reading. I got his A Little Hatred, and I know the second one to that comes out pretty soon as well.
I think it's out. I think
it
just came out.
You may be right.
Little Hatred is in the same universe as...
Yeah.
It's like 200 years later or something.
Yeah.
I love his writing style.
And I just love that title. It just looks so good.
He has awesome titles.
Yeah.
Like...
Half a King.
Little Hatred, The Problem with Peace, or The Trouble with Peace. I'm like, those are some gritty. He does characters really well. Like, I'll just briefly get into The Blade itself. Like, even Sanderson jumps from character to character, and I can promise you, even in a Sanderson book, there's going to be characters where I'm like, I don't give a shit what they're doing. Like, get back to who I care about.
At least it's not an entire book. So you got that.
And like, Sanderson is by far one of my favorite writers.
Yeah, for sure.
And but Joe Abercrombie, at least in The Blade itself, I can't. God, that is a loud.
I'm sorry.
At least in The Blade itself, like, I was excited for every character when it would switch perspectives, and I was just like, okay, cool, I like this guy. Okay, cool, I like this chick. Okay, cool.
I kind of like that break though, when you get to like such like a really good point at the end of a chapter. You're like, please let it be that same guy, and you're like,
shit.
Yeah. Like, all right, but then you power through that so you can get back to it. And you're like, oh, how sweet it is.
Yeah. And then like Sanderson will do that to you. You're like, shit, I don't want to hear about Susie the accountant. And you're like,
Susie the accountant. What book are you reading?
Brandon Sanderson's take on CPAs. That they have their whole magic system and everything. It's really
I bet
weird.
They would, where they don't get tax fraud.
Like, you'll get like oh my gosh, I don't want to hear about this person's, and then they'll like halfway through it, and you're like, oh man, I need to know what happens to him. And then it goes back to the person you're hoping for, and you're like, no, I want to. He's good at leaving you hanging.
Right.
But yeah. So, what is your favorite way to read?
Words.
And
okay, so like you mean like e-reader, Audible is not reading, FYI.
Oh my god, I hate people like you. I do.
I watched that Daniel Green video where he says he hates people that say that, but I don't. Okay, so here's my hot take. All right, you ready? You said no hot takes. We got one. I don't know. It's hard for me to. I can't listen to something for very long and know what's going on. It's really difficult for me because my brain goes everywhere else. But I have been doing it more for this because I do have limited time. So if I'm at the gym, like I will be listening to whatever book we're supposed to be reading, just to kind of save some time. And then I'll read when I get back here at night, and that helps me kind of absorb it more. But my favorite way to read a book is hardcover. Hardcover.
Fucking monster.
Yeah, because I can just lay on my side and like you can lay it flat,
like a kitten,
or I can like lay on my back and I can hold it up with one hand and it just stays.
Well, yeah, look at your
triceps.
Flop. Like, you see these flabby things? I can't hold up a book for more than like 2 minutes.
Episode 3, arm wrestling contest.
Well,
taking bets.
Number one, you're the stupidest person I know. Because
you tell me that all the time. You tell me that all the time.
There's multiple reasons. Because number one, I'll give you a little history about me. I am very dyslexic. Like, didn't learn how to read till the 4th grade. Like, thank you, California public schools. You set me up for success.
I didn't know you were from California.
Yeah, San Jose. So I didn't learn how to read till later. So I became what people call an auditory learner. So like you can tell me something and I have a really good memory and it'll store in there.
Right.
Now books and stuff, I've gotten a lot better, and I have put a lot of effort into reading faster and comprehending.
You
more.
will start a minimum 600-page book on Monday, and then on Friday you're like, finished it. I was like, oh my God.
Well,
done.
It's because I read a lot, but like my jobs, like even selling real estate, I'm in my car a lot. Mm-hmm. So I'm listening to a lot of Audible. Like I listen to at least about an hour a day of Audible. And like in some days when I read, like my eyes and like my dyslexia, I can't read. Like words are all jumbled up and it's just not. So what I do is I like get on a treadmill and just start walking and listening to it because I can't sit still and just.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, this is nice. Like I have to be doing something. But my preferred way out of all of the reading styles is big old floppy paperbacks. Like it can't be the small paperbacks. I don't know.
I got some paperbacks back there. It can't be mass market.
And this is great for a podcast, so people who are not seeing. But like one of these like little small ones, like I can't stand that. That is
those are for travel. Like if I get one of those, I have to have the actual hardcover.
Ugh.
It just like so part of the reason I like hardcover, it just looks nice. Like
it does. It is a
for people
bookshelf
like
brag.
books. Yeah, it just And
trust me, I totally am on board. But there is zero chance. Like you can look at all of my hardbacks in my office. Like they've never been cracked open because they are solely there to brag. Because like having that hard cover just stabbing into my fat tummy, like I just can't do it. And so I want a floppy. I want to be able to bin the pages and just hold it.
That's like if I used to let people borrow books, but then they would borrow them and they'd fold it like in half, and I don't know why. Like I was like, okay, never again. If I let somebody borrow a book, I'm just gonna assume I'm never getting it back because, yeah.
I mean, I do that too, just because people are terrible.
And here's another. Yeah, they are. They are.
Like they're not gonna.
Some of our close friends that recently I've let borrow, but here's one more reason why, with Audible. Yeah, you got them in your library, but it's like all digital, so you can't can't display.
Oh yeah, and I will do Kindle, like Kindle books.
Oh yeah,
I do that.
As well.
That is my before I go to bed. I don't want to have the light on because it bugs the shit out of my
wife. You a Paperwhite guy or a Kindle Oasis?
What did you do?
It's Kindle versions.
I use Kindle. Like I don't know. I use it on
just
my iPad.
Kindle.
On my iPad, like, are you talking about the color?
Oh, you use the Kindle app.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And what's cool with that is it syncs with.
That's why you think you're dyslexic is because of the blue light.
I'm like,
got to get one of the Paperwhites.
Oh no, I can't. No, because
am I saying that right?
I don't
know what I'm saying.
I don't know. So let's go on to the next question.
Question number 3?
Oh, I didn't.
2?
Oh, I didn't. This is 3.
Okay.
I think this is a very important question because I've ran into so many people, like people that I respect as like humans. I'm like, what you reading? They're like, I don't read. I don't read since high school.
Read? I ain't no fucking nerd.
I know, like exactly. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like they're like, there's not shit on Netflix. Yeah.
Read
but
a
there's
book.
like thousands of years of stories that are
Right.
better than a lot of shit on Netflix. I mean, I'm not going to put it above Stranger Things because
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Hot take.
And don't get me wrong. I watch a ton of TV.
I do too. And like, I'm not one of those like, get that out of my house.
Got a TV in every room. Got a TV hooked up over there. It's not even plugged into anything.
Just so I feel safe.
Yeah.
What is the book that changed it for you? Like it changed your from like having to read in school and like reading like Pride and Prejudice or that bullshit. Hey, if you like it, good on ya. Like I don't know. I'm sorry.
You didn't like Pride and Prejudice?
No, I only got it a little bit.
Kind of dope.
Really?
Yeah.
Should I give it a try?
Wait. Am I thinking of the Scarlet Letter?
Scarlet Letter's good.
Sorry. Pride and Prejudice, never read it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Scarlet Letter.
Or Great Gatsby. I didn't like Great Gatsby.
Never read it, but I did watch the movie. Yeah.
Okay, what was your book?
Okay, so this is kind of a two-parter, and I'll try to be quick about this. So, do you remember in like grade school when they had what was that?
Clifford's the Big Red Dog. That's my shit, man.
Read it every day. No, they had the book program where you get free pizzas.
Oh,
what was that called?
Pizza
Scholastic
or it was Pizza Hut, and it was
yeah. You read a book, you get a coupon for a pizza, even if you lie about reading the book. I didn't know that you could lie back then. So I read a ton of books, and I don't know. When I was young, I always liked to read. Mm-hmm. Somewhere around, I think 6th grade was the last year we had that program. I kind of fell off from reading. Didn't read again until after high school. I was dating this girl, and she had a bunch of Chuck Palahniuk books, and she read a lot. I probably mispronounced that name, but
I think it's Palahniuk.
Palahniuk.
They could tell us. They won't.
Yeah, they won't. The one person watching.
Hey, Mom.
Love you. So she was reading Chuck Palahniuk, and she read all the time, and I was like, oh, I kind of like to read, and so I had her give me a book. It was
This is great for.
Yeah, it was Lullaby by Chuck Palahniuk.
Fantastic.
And this one's kind of like it's a tricky book because I thought it was just going to be normal like nonfiction. Can you still hear me?
That's going to sound real good.
But like halfway through, it turns into like almost like fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
And like it's a pretty short book, and I was hooked. And from that point, I was probably 19, and I've always read since then. I really like Chuck Palahniuk. Not so much his later books, but it really.
He has a new one coming out that I want to give a try, and maybe we'll review it.
What's it called? Try to gross you out as much as possible and not have a good story. Is that what it's called?
No, it's like I don't know. I remember the cover looks like a watermelon with sound waves.
Okay, I'll give it a chance.
I mean, we might review that book just because I love me.
I'm down with that.
Some Chuck Palahniuk or whatever.
Chucky P.
Okay, speaking of Chuck Palahniuk, he is one of the only person before I got like heavy back into reading that I read again like over and over, and it was Fight Club. I absolutely loved Fight Club. Like it was, I saw the movie first, but that was the closest representation of like a movie from a book. Like it's shot by shot almost. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how it is. But mine would have to be I came up with this question and I don't have a good answer. I have two. The first one was, so obviously I didn't read till I got a little older. So I was like 13, 14. And I read through about half of the Vampire Chronicles. Anne Rice?
Anne Rice?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say Vampire Diaries.
No. Vampire Chronicles. Not much better.
No, they're really good.
I mean, that is some bloated shit. Like,
yeah, I think I heard somewhere that she doesn't have doesn't have an editor, or she self-edits or something.
It shows.
But no, those are really good books.
I got.
That's how I accidentally read. What's the Say
Twilight.
it. Yeah. Out loud. That's how I accidentally read the first 2 books in that series. I was like, oh, vampires, cool. It was before they had the movies, and I was like, I read 2. I got bamboozled.
But like, I mean, they were fine, but like that was I definitely I think I stopped right after. What was after Queen of the Damned? I wasn't a big fan of Queen of the Damned.
Is that Mimnock the Devil, or
I don't know.
There might be one in between there. The Vampire Lestat. Which one is that?
No, that's number 2.
Oh,
that one's bloated. And then the other one was I had a great English teacher who, like, I've noticed that people who love reading had great English teachers. The one who had shit English teachers do not read. It's weird how that happens. But she made
us... I failed English every year.
Oh, my God. I had to read The Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That was the first book that I was just like, oh, wait, there isn't... It's not just, like, the plot. There's actually stuff. The author's trying to tell me something, and it has subplots and all this other stuff, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And like from that moment on, then it was off to Chuck Palahniuk, which is a great way to get somebody into reading, because they are short, quick, and go in real weird places.
Yeah.
So that's it. Now let's get a little goofy question out of the way. Fictional character you want to punch in the face?
Oh,
like you are reading this book, or let's even go video games or movies or whatever, and you just see this character and you just want to punch him in the face.
So naturally I want to say anybody in Black Leopard, Red Wolf, but I will say in the first 2 books of The Wheel of Time, Rand is like, I don't want to be this thing. Like, nobody wants to be the awesome things that they clearly are. Yeah. And the whole time I'm like, what are you like? I'll do it. like
right here, please.
Why the whole time are you complaining when I just don't get it? Like, so I'd have to say that.
I would have to agree with Rand.
Is this really what you picked beforehand?
I swear to God, in my mind.
Oh my God. Okay. Sometimes we agree on stuff.
We do.
Let's find out the reason, though.
Read the first 3 books.
Dragon Reborn.
Dragon Reborn was the last one I read, so that's number 3. Rand annoys the shit out of me. Like, he's like, oh, I'm so powerful. I don't know how to control this.
I don't want it.
I'm supposed to be with 3 different chicks. I'm like, shut up, dude.
Wait until it gets later in the series, and he evolves as a character. For better or worse, I'm not going to say.
I hope it's for worse. Like, because it's like... Okay, you know what? He reminds me of, like, Anakin Episode 2.
I could definitely get behind that.
Oh my God! Yeah. Like the worst Anakin. Yeah. Like,
but not even rough. Rand, but like Matt's kind of all right because he's just stealing stuff anyways. But what's the wolf? Perrin. Perrin's also the same way.
Perrin's it's like super whiny.
Like, of course I would be a wolf man. Like, why not?
Like, bro, you were just a blacksmith. Like, you could be a wolf.
Yeah, you lived in the middle of nowhere, and now you have like magic powers.
Yeah.
You can like talk to wolves.
You have dreams about them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm glad you picked that. Yeah.
I have a second one.
Oh boy. What other book is my favorite that you hate?
Ron Weasley.
It's been so long.
Good God. Like, I just want to
book or movie? Are we talking
both?
Both.
Okay. Like, he's just like I don't know. Obviously Malfoy sucks, and like I want to kick a kid. Yeah. Like, as like a child, like I want to kick him. But like I can't stand Ron Weasley. He's just like the quintessential buddy cop. Like, there's nothing about him. They're like, I got tricked into having a bad guy as a rat. Like, oh
my God.
Like, it is like, oh man, oh gee golly whiz.
Yeah, they're kid books, you know. It's been a long time since I've read those.
And I can't think of somebody else I want to punch in the face. There's probably more. We'll do a weekly segment of who we want to punch in the face. Let's see, Brian, your turn. You get to talk about.
Okay, so Have you been? You got Super Mario 3D All Stars,
Yep.
right? Did you buy digital or did you buy
Digital.
Digital. You're a maniac.
Why? I have children.
Okay.
Like that Lucia. Honestly, I didn't buy it. Like, I'm gonna be honest. My kids bought it.
Hey, the smart kids. Smart kids.
Wait.
So
Have you ever tasted one of the cartridges?
no.
You should try it sometime.
Why?
They have the nastiest bitter agent
Okay.
on it.
Why did you do this?
Because I saw it online, and I'm like, that can't be true. And I tasted it, and it was terrible. It's so kids don't swallow the cartridges.
That can't be real.
Dude, yeah, I'm not fucking lying right now. Like, why would I lie to you about this?
I don't know.
I'm like, look at Brian. He's an idiot. He's tasting a cartridge.
I call you later today. Oh, I'm joking. You were right.
Oh,
Do you remember when it might have been iPhone 5 came out and they're like, it has wireless charging, put it in the microwave and turn it to 2. And people did that and like ruined their phones. Like, that's you. Let me try.
I'm like, yeah. I was like, man, this is terrible.
It's not food.
Well, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, go ahead. Go.
So, yeah, I got nothing better to do, so I always like to like read reviews or, just
You could
see
be
like
reading a book in that time period, not complaining about how
if
busy
I'm being
you are.
terribly honest, like it's at work, but it's during break, so it's fine.
Oh,
Or lunch.
or not.
Yeah, I sit in my car at lunch because I don't want to. I don't want to be in the building, and I just need to like change the scenery. But that's neither here nor there. So I'll watch reviews, and like I just want to ruin my day, I guess, because there's so many negative reviews because it doesn't have extras or it doesn't have like a sleeve on it. Like they didn't put any bonus stuff in, like the little case or whatever, or like the little E for everyone symbols on the cart, and so it makes everything off center. And it just annoys me. It's like I feel like everybody is, they just want so much, but it's like they just put out a cool game that I could play and have fun.
Yeah, welcome to the internet. People
I
are
know.
miserable.
I know.
And
It's like just have fun with it. It's fun. It's a fun game.
yeah, like some people hate great books.
Well, not to change the subject on books, but when The Last of Us 2 came out, it got like review bombed and everyone said it was terrible, and I loved it.
I haven't played it yet. Don't have a PlayStation.
It is so good.
I mean, I want to play it.
The graphics look like already next gen.
Like that's one thing is like I don't necessarily care about how fantastic the graphics are because there's plenty of games that have good graphics that look like complete
Right, it's got to
dog
be a
shit.
good game.
Yeah, while like Cuphead looks terrible and it's fantastic. You're dumb. You're the dumbest person. So this was actually kind of a long episode.
How long have we been talking?
We have been talking. Oh shit, we're not recording. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was going to say, you fucking asshole.
34 minutes.
That's not so long.
So that was like a light episode, a bullshit episode. Next
thought it
week,
was fun.
we get hot and heavy. And if you've read Black Leopard,
More
Red
than
Wolf,
that-
it gets hot and heavy.
And stinky.
Yeah, so be looking forward to more of this. We're on Apple, iTunes. Spotify's messed up. I need to get that fixed.
We can
It's
call
not
Joe
working.
Rogan.
What?
We can call Joe Rogan and see,
Oh god.
and get some help there.
Like people, I'm about to ostracize people if they like Joe Rogan.
Love Joe Rogan.
I hate people who are like, "Do you listen to podcasts?" I'm like, "Yeah, for like fucking 10 years." They're like, "Do you listen to Joe Rogan?" I'm like, "No."
JRE clips, not the whole episode.
Yeah, like I don't care. I don't want to hear Joe Rogan. They're like, but
It's not about Joe Rogan. It's about the guest.
No, I know, but you still hear him. Like, I don't want to hear him.
Are you still used to him on Fear Factor or
The Man Show?
I forgot about Man Show.
The terrible version of the Man Show. And they're like, "What about when Elon Musk was on?" I'm like, "I don't give a shit." I'm like, I don't want to talk about anything real. I don't.
But they get like real science nerds and
DMT. I don't give a shit.
Talk about aliens.
I listened to the last podcast on the left for my alien talk. And let's see, and then that's about Audible. I listen to mostly Audible. I listen to books.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was fun.
Very
That was
cool.
a fun rant on Joe Rogan. Sorry, bud.
I think he's great. Watch him all the time.
I just not my thing. Just not my.
Most things that I like, you dislike, and most things you like are also, I think, are terrible.
I mean, I don't.
We
like
do
that.
have some. There's those Venn diagrams. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Venn diagram.
yeah.
Like there's a very small sliver in the middle where we agree on stuff.
Yeah, and
And
for some stupid reason, it was a podcast. But
no, it's great.
I'm gonna cut
Next
us
week
off
we
there.
actually have Joe Rogan as a guest.
We do. He, oddly enough,
Just
Tracker is Joe Rogan.
Allie's just gonna shave her head and come in here.
Oh man, one day we'll get better equipment and have more people on. So we will leave you off there. I don't know. Signing off.
Hey, we should tell people to subscribe and
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
and-
Subscribe.
We should probably do it
give
at the beginning
reviews.
though. No one's watching
Maybe.
right now,
I
anyways.
Nobody was watching at the
It's
beginning.
just us.
So thank you, Mom, for paying attention. And
Thank you, Andrew's mom.
not even a mud. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, awesome.
Bye.
Bye.